Hi YouTube, it's Raven here with another vlog, and today, forgive my voice, it's a little dry, and I'm sorry that it's a little dark. I wanted to make this video during the daylight hours, but I have a lot of stuff to do. I have a job, and family calls me and they need me to help them with stuff. So, anyways, let's get started with today's topic. And today's topic would be about what's going on in the vegan community with Rawvana herself. And let me tell you a little backstory just in case you haven't seen my earlier videos. Alright, so 2015 I started becoming a vegetarian, and my path through vegetarianism is still originally animals. Right now it's also the health benefits, but specifically animals. And so I've been a vegetarian, and I usually buy my stuff vegan, but when I'm out on the street at work or anything, I get vegetarian options. Obviously, it's really hard to get full-on vegan options, to find vegan substitutes for almost anything, like the mayo, the cheese, and stuff. And I slip off on cheese as well. So, yeah, Rawvana ate a fish, right? I was hoping that she would say, she would have said at least that, oh my god, the fish, I was craving the fish. I wouldn't even wow, okay. I wouldn't even had really paid much attention to it. Poor girl, she was craving something that many people do crave, you know. I crave pepperoni. Sometimes I don't even take off the pepperoni. I'm too lazy. The pizza's too hot for my fingers to actually take it off, so I bite through it. Oh well. I also would have hoped that it was soy, that it was or that the cook just didn't, or the waiter didn't listen well, or that the cook just didn't, just accidentally or just didn't care and just didn't take it off her food or plate. Any of those options would have been like awesome. That would suck being that that cook or that waiter that took the internet by storm because they got the order wrong. But anyways, I'll be right back. Now, I've been following Rawvana ever since I became a vegetarian, and even before that, probably since 2014, although I've been following Candace from The Edge of Veg quite longer because of her recipes. But Rawvana, I've been following her for a very long time, and I followed her because of her Spanish channel. I thought it was a great way to spread veganism to the Hispanic community. I just thought that I could also meet a lot of cool people from other places as well, since if you're bilingual, you have the option of meeting other people and spreading a message out to millions. You're not just confined to your own speaking space, your own place. Have I followed Rawvana's diet or any of her recipes? Have I made them or ate them? Not really. Not really. I've actually bought some of the stuff at Walmart for the quinoa ceviche, which I was craving to make, but I haven't got around to make it. And I think I need to buy some new ceviche, or some new quinoa. But I mean, would I eat raw 24/7? No, I wouldn't eat raw 24/7. I like my cooked food, especially during the winter time. There's no way I'm going to eat raw 24/7. It just doesn't sound appealing. I like pho. I like my pozole, hot pozole, my refried beans, and that's stuff that that I can't live without. I was very disappointed though, at her. It wasn't just because necessarily the fish. It's not okay. Freely is right. It's not okay to just say, "Oh, my health. Oh, the doctor just said my health's bad," and that's just my excuse. No, the fuck it isn't. When you have the world at your fingertips and Uncle Google is right there, right? But of course, she wouldn't have done that because, what does she do? She go to a doctor, and that doctor recommends her go to cooked foods. She didn't necessarily cut off the raw food from her diet. Necessarily introduce more cooked foods to your diet and follow a goddamn take antibiotics, and you'll be fine. What'd she do? She decided not to take the antibiotics because of her crazy idea of being natural. Okay, natural was like prehistoric age, when we didn't have all the technology on it, all of the medical stuff that we have that helps us survive. It's unnatural for somebody to get that, to actually, it's not natural for somebody to deny something that's obviously going to help you. Antibiotics do not get to the cause. What she says that antibiotics do not get to the root of the problem. It doesn't if you have a cold or if you're sneezing. That doesn't get to the root of the problem. Antibiotics are for certain things for certain problems. Obviously, never ask for antibiotics if you just have a common cold. It doesn't work for like that. Strep throat, maybe. Bronchitis, maybe. That sounds pretty bad, so I would think that you would, but do your research, please. Yeah, it's very important. Please do your research before you don't. So she's basically stated that her health started to deteriorate because she got SIBO. SIBO, basically, that she had gut problems due to her raw vegan diet. She couldn't supposedly consume a lot of fats, carbohydrates or something, or fiber. But the thing is that she did that to herself because of her fasting and not eating well and over-exercising. All of that, which you need, all of that is for somebody that's like 300 pounds, not somebody like me, like her, who's doesn't need any pounds to lose. The other thing that I was very upset about is that she didn't realize that not everybody's going to watch the whole video. They're just going to skip it all, and then they're just going to hear the part that says, "Oh, I have gut issues," or "I went to the doctor, my health is bad," and they're automatically going to assume that veganism is at fault, when it's not at fault. It's the way that she ate. If you fast for 25 days, drink nothing but water. Muslims fast, but they eat in the morning and night. They at least eat and drink water during the day, I think. But she didn't. She at least she didn't fast like Jesus. Like, I don't know who in their right mind would do something like that. Was she trying to meditate, trying to reach nirvana, become the next Buddha? I don't fucking know. Like, seriously. Third reason why it was a little bit upsetting was because parents would finally have the opportunity and the reason to tell their children, "I told you so. Stop following that diet. Go back to eating meat and stuff." Even though parents usually would tell their kids, don't eat the meat first. Eat your veggies first. Eat the beans first. Eat the rice first, eat your sides first and then eat the meat. My parents would say the same thing to me, and I would eat the meat. Now I don't eat meat, and they want me to eat meat, but I don't. I don't eat meat. So she merchandises her stuff. Obviously when you make a blog and you advertise it, you're not taking money from people, but you are getting paid. It is a paid video. It's a monetized video. But she also sells challenges, and those challenges are usually for 21 days, from what I read on her website. Those 21 days eating raw, obviously she doesn't do it for 21 days. She obviously was eating that way for a very long time. Of course, not until they they told her to eat more cooked, and of course a doctor that told her you need to eat fish. Obviously that's when she was no longer a vegan. She was now basically a pescatarian. When people call her a fake vegan, I know she still believed in the movement, in the cause, even though she didn't necessarily come at it as a animal liberation thing. I would say it's more of a it's a health thing. Yes. The purpose of her videos were to share her own personal journey. The problem is that she got so famous so fast that Rawvana, the brand name Rawvana, stuck, and it just stuck with her wherever she went. So now she was known as Raw. Obviously, she can't eat raw fish. Well, she can if she eats sushi with fish. I had sushi yesterday, veggie sushi, right? Veggie. I swear it was veggie. But this thing where, so yeah, basically, I consider her now pescatarian. If eating fish is now her thing, I'm not gonna unfollow her because I necessarily hate her. It's just not something I'm interested in watching. I would give those recipes, pescatarian recipes, to my family who obviously eats fish, but I also give the ones from my family that need their all their veggies and stuff, her vegan version, because there are people in my family that would never become vegan, but they need to fix their health. So if there's a way that I could bring those two and two together, that'd be amazing. That's not what I'm looking for myself, so I would have to unfollow her channel and unfollow her blogs forever, and still obviously go back and forth every time I want to make one of her veggie options. For all intents and purposes, her recipes are good, and she shouldn't take him off, and she shouldn't delete her channel. And she wants to make more videos. She should, but she should not brand herself as a vegan if she's not actually a vegan. If she's doing it just for health, you should probably figure some other way to fix your health without that. If you're a pescatarian, you're a pescatarian. Or you're a vegan, you're a vegan. You could cook whatever you want on your channel, but don't call yourself what you're not. Obviously, I'm not a vegan, I'm a vegetarian. Like I said before, the Rawvana brand is what kind of created her own health problems. She stuck so hard to this image that she needed to show off now that she had all these followers. Obviously, she's selling her ebook or something, her challenges. She has to look like she really eats this stuff. She has to look that way. She needs to do that. That's something that it's her own marketing strategy, and I don't know she needs some other way to look like what you sell. Instead of fasting, she should have just continued with exercising, pull-ups, boxing. Her video shows her boxing or something. She doesn't. I don't know if Rawvana. I'd never seen a video of her really doing much exercising. I never really see her a video of her doing any kind of. Yes, food is our medicine, but so is physical activity. Just because you eat good, the fact that you're on your ass all day doesn't really cut it. You gotta. I don't even drive. I actually walk to work, and I actually work really close by. So sometimes I take the bus to work and then I drive, and then I ride the bus. But other than that, I also, on my days off, sometimes in the mornings I would go for a run. I would, and at home, do some push-ups. You are what you eat, but you also gotta make sure you add more to what you are to what you eat, or something like that. Anyway, I apologize. It is really hot in here. It is spring, so I kind of have to stop this and that. Anyways, so going back, her health is at stake, and the fact that she started very young and just all of a sudden had all these followers, I feel like it didn't necessarily give her the time to realize that she shouldn't be influencing people, because she could change herself. When you influence some people, they automatically assume that that's all you do. And if one time you do something different, you're not that anymore. You don't belong to that group. However, veganism is a little different, because you're talking about sentient beings, and when you come at it as a animal liberation perspective, people could get really upset. People do end up being very radical and very, very disrespectful, very outrageous. Especially, usually it happens behind the screen, but like Gary Yourofsky, he got arrested in Canada. I think he got banned from Canada because he freed mink. Yeah, supposedly some ad said, newspaper article or something read, international terrorists, freeze mink or something. He got arrested and shit. If people were asking him in jail what was he in there for, and it was so embarrassing. But hey, I mean, the fact that Rawvana did not know that losing her period for a few years was a bad thing, it obviously gives me to understand that she has a lot to learn, and that I don't know. That was a little shocking for me to hear. I was like, that's not normal. That's if she's married, she obviously needs to have, her plan was to get married and stuff in the future and have kids. She should have realized that that's something that if you don't have a period, it means that there's something wrong with your reproduction system. Every woman knows that. But apparently she didn't. She also has a very, very heavy drinking past, and I'm not really sure. I don't remember what extent was her wildlife like when she was younger. But when you have a wildlife and you're constantly drinking and taking drugs or whatever you're other taking besides, obviously, besides, of course, pot, when that happens, your body could, when you're older, your body could feel the negative side effects of what you did when you were younger. There's people's bodies who they feel like they're older, which actually that's what happened to Rawvana's body. And when in the video said that her pH level or her hormones were off the charts as a woman, a premenopausal woman. She's like in her 20s. She's about my age. That's like not even possible. The vegetarian and vegan community did have a very strange week. It's very hard to explain your views on the way you eat when you have when people ask you and tell you, well, this chick got sick. How come you're not afraid of getting sick? I'm like, watch the video, analyze it, and realize that she got sick because of her own issues and what she's dealing with now, her personal issues. She got famous too fast, and she made a living out of selling when she could have just, I don't know, like, I don't know how many recipes are, if she has any recipes that are not on her book and stuff, but you can't necessarily judge her for trying to sell a book with recipes. If you don't want to eat it, fine. If you want to, fine. But don't live off a book, just one book. Get another book, another recipe book, and mix those recipes up if that's what you want. Please make sure that there's hundreds of different ways of cooking, to each their own. So, yeah. Alright, so that's enough for today. I'm really glad that I got to record finally. I gotta go to work tomorrow, and I'll be back soon, some other day. Hopefully, I'll try to record Friday, and I'll hopefully have it up by Saturday. Alright. Later, bye-byes. Bye.